Well, hello. So this is a first timer, and I am happy to be here. I have some good things to share, and so I haven't come on a live myself by myself. So this is a brave new beginning, and it's part of something that in my own life is kind of like successioning. Many of you may know watching this that I have been fostering the Brave New Life community. And I'm choosing the weirdest time really to get online because a large demographic of our community is actually in the United States, Canada, South America, but really we're spread out all over the world. And we have, for the last 9, 10, 11 months, been meeting online, as many may know, through these Zoom blooms where we practice feeling based relating and offering each other support simply through presence and being in the same space. It's both relevant to have witnesses for us to really feel that we're being seen and what it is that we're navigating. But outside of that being an amazing thing, we have initiated a successional plan to allow the private Brave New Life community to go more public, to become more available to more people to know about. And so I just really felt it was relevant to have a coherent ecosystem and a coherent comprehension around who we are, what we do, as opposed to just going for as many people to join as possible. And so today I just want to share a little bit around my fantasies, because I have fantasies and I have them often. That I've personally gone through a bit of a rigmarole within my own internal landscape to finally come out and be like, okay, I think we're in good timing and good flow to start talking about what this next succession has been envisioned as and what is still to come about. And so for those of you that don't know, we have an online community platform at community.bravenewlife.net that is a private ecosystem where different circles have been formed. It's a very beautiful ecosystem. And I think that I am just going to do some free flowing here on my first ever live stream by myself. So I'm going to try and see if I can screen share. So look at that. Yes, beautiful. That sounds great. Let's do it. I want to do a specific Chrome tab, and then particularly I would like to do pop, 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 pop. Well, we'll just go here. That will just work fine. The sing-along circle. Here we go. So we have a beautiful community platform that has different circles, different people on there that we've been relating with over the past year almost. And I built this platform out so that we can have more communication, more relating. You're now looking at what is on my news feed. We have amazing people there, beautiful things being shared. And it's just a great platform to be able to coordinate communication, relating. And so there's all these different circles and things that can be shared. Here in the lower part are more of the circles that are, there's an elderflower circles. There is a dance-free Saturday nights, and there is the sing-along circle. And of course, we have our 2 regular Zoom blooms that are happening on Sunday and Thursday in American time, and that is Monday and Thursday for anyone still awake at that time in Australia. So I just wanted to briefly show you that and see if I'm here back again. This is great. Look at me. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening the community up to a more of a public orientation. I didn't want to have it be something like Facebook, because that's nice, but I feel that we are able to do something that is more integral and isn't about showing the prettiest pictures about ourselves to show off our lives. If we have a vehicle that is geared towards feeling-based relating, we stand a better chance to really share from our feelings what's occurring and what's going on for us. So some of the upgrades and extensions and expansions that I'm envisioning is to actually open it up so that people can join if they don't want to just use their email address, which allows the integration with Facebook and other social media platforms for this ecosystem to start becoming shared. And why am I excited about that? Because I feel that we're almost ready for that. We've just completed the second training with We Are Open Circle. And We Are Open Circle, I'll put this little image here. We Are Open Circle is what I attracted to actually plan for the succession of our Brave New Life community. And of course, life just brought it in. And that was beautiful how that came about, because it was one of our Brave New Life community members that is working directly with We Are Open Circle. We've gone through two trainings thus far. I attended one, Imani attended one. There's raving reviews there in the upcoming email. If you're not on our email list, go to www.bravenewlife.net and you can get it there. And there's a third one planned. And so the third training that is planned is going to come up. Let me just figure this out. This is all so deliciously organic. Look at that. I'm going to go into the email. I think it is the 11th to the 13th or 14th. Here we go. So it is September 11th to the 14th, which is a Saturday and Tuesday in Bali or Australia times, a whole bunch of times listed. And then that equates to the 10th to the 13th, which is Friday evening time for the United States and the Americas. This training is going to be the enhancement tool and the kind of sealing of what it is that we're doing as a community, to have a large proportion, so to speak, of the community having gone through the training, having gone through the up-leveling, so that we have a commonality in our understanding of what the circle even is. And so feeling-based relating has been a practice that Imani and I initiated it because I comprehend how relevant it is in relation to our human nature, our social ecology. As a human ecologist, I've just been looking at that for quite some time in order to discover how can we not so much fix, but how can we navigate together in a way that actually is syntropic, is actually expanding, is yielding more growth and more depth of connection, and therefore more trust and more resiliency in our communities. And of course, I've been on this train, so to speak, for over almost 15 years now. And my gift in that is that I have a good comprehension and inkling as to how communities can function efficiently without trying to create a cult, because that's the other thing. Like, oh my God, this list sounds like a cult. Yeah, we are indeed classifiable as a cult, the Brave New Life community. We are a cult of humans that love each other, that are keen to support each other and show up for each other without trying to fix each other's problems or try to tell each other what the other needs to do in order to just navigate themselves out of the situation that we're in. We are a beautiful, tight-knit community that have now become friends from all around the world, that are finding both solace, inspiration, courage, and their own bravery through relating on a weekly basis. And so we have these Zoom calls that have been happening, and now we are expanding that by having gone through a circle facilitation training with the We Are Open Circle people. We are able to let things get out of the gate and really open ourselves up to a second succession in the expression of what a fruitful online community can be. And so why is it relevant that I am coming on a live to tell you this? Is because you may not have heard about us, but we have definitely been there. We've been fostering an amazing amount of connectivity and growth And our community is about to go through the third training that, if you wanted, you could actually sign up for. Initially, I'll just put the Brave New Life sign up link here. Let's see, in the chat. And my purpose for sharing here today is to talk a little bit about the relevancy of completing that third stage of the training, which is one group has gone through and the second group has gone through. And now we're doing a more Australia-centric group that can go through the training on how to really understand what a circle is, how it functions, how it operates, how do you encourage without controlling, how do you create that space and maintain that space. Because Imani and I, we've been doing this for the past year, and River stepped into that place with me, and with Imani, and Shay with me, and we're quite natural at it. But what we really hope to see is having community circles starting up in local communities. And it's just so relevant to have a comprehension and a shared language around what that looks like. And so we have had over 30 facilitators thus far trained up, and we're looking to train up a whole other beautiful bulk of a group, so that people, maybe even you listening to this, may feel like, wow, this sounds like something that could enhance my ability to communicate with people, to be able to listen. What is listening in the first place? And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in upcoming live streams, because I'm going to kind of prep the soil and the ground of our community to get this next succession to really make Brave New Life flourish. And you're all welcomed to come into that space with us. I, from my own understanding, have learned that where everything breaks down in relationships is communication. And so we've never been taught properly how to listen. We've never been shown how to really be showing up in ways in our relating that allow the other person to just have their experience. And so we're not talking about empathy, and we're not talking about sympathy. We're not talking about siding with people or agreeing with people. We're talking about that sense of deep listening and really being present. The qualities that a birth or a death doula really is cultivating within themselves is something that we have promoted and shared as a meaningful and authentic way to be able to be there for each other without trying to fix each other or alter each other's perceptions of reality. Just a safe space to share, to show up, and to be. And we've called on our community to step into the opportunity to become a facilitator, so to speak, of Circle. But really what it means is just that there's, through the training, a deep comprehension on the different stages in circles and how we can encourage this open way of relating to really become something that is replicable. Because if our ecosystems that we create online, if our communities aren't actually based on replicable templates, then we are not scaling for growth. And with what we're doing, we know that we have brought so much safety and so much courage and so much opportunity to step into oneself, to speak out, to express, to reveal, to heal. There's so much that has been brought through by our shared collective showing up for these Zoom blooms. And so if this is something that is calling you, although I am leaving only a little bit of a vague description of the training itself, please just, if you're not on our mailing list, go to bravenewlife.net. You can sign up there. You'll get some preliminary emails, but you get on our email list, which invites you to a space that is this online ability to share with the vision and the fantasy, as I like to call it, to have these circles become active circles on the ground in communities. This is based on my research, 15 years kind of studying human ecology, and what the orientation is to deliver best practice for anyone that is interested to up-level themselves, to give themselves a sense of upskilling in in and through comprehending better how human dynamics in circle, in relating, in communication flow, how we can see what some of our behavioral patterns are in our way of relating with people, and how we can transform those into more harmonized, more syntropic, more life-bearing, more love-bearing ways of communication. Because if anything, during the time that I initiated this and that we've all come together, it's become super evident that this is so relevant for our time, for people here on the earth, for people to actually know that there's a safe place to just hear other people share how they are experiencing their challenges and how they're navigating their experience of whatever it is that they're going through, because we're all having been going through a lot. And that's not at any rate going to be slowing down. So I'm not here to kind of encourage you out of a sense of fear to go and join our community, but I know that we've created a safe haven for sharing, for being received, for being seen, for being heard, for expressing, without there being a need for you to be sympathized with. Of course, we all want some form of attention, but if that came from a real natural place, that then allows us also in our own sovereignty to take responsibility. But we do need each other because we are social creatures. So I'm just gonna keep it short for now, because I have some other fantasies I want to entertain, but this is going to into the newsletter as well. So in that way, we can share a bit more with our own community, what is on the way, what is unfolding, and what is going to come about from this with everyone's participation. So a lot of love from me. And before I close off, I will just leave you with a testimony of one of the people, Dean, that went through the training. And after that, we'll close this little broadcast out. So lots of love, and we'll connect in the timing. Yay.
Really wanted to share my experience of We Are Open Circle and the facilitation program. I participated in stage one, and coming from a background of being in a very strong organization and military, and then working into being a part of Brave New Life, I wanted to share this part about how professional the facilitators are, how connected to themselves and their ability to facilitate a course like this, and also the ability and the structure allowed not just the practicals to come through, but also the wisdom to come through. And I would, whatever context you're living in, whether it's your family or your partnership or an organization, for me, this would really activate something and evolve that ecosystem. So I just wanted to, thank the team. Good luck if you do it. Thank you.